Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, previously introducing, my name is Herawati Efendi. I will present about reading technique, skimming and scanning. Skimming is a technique in reading at a high speed to look for some important things or a main idea from a text. This very useful skill in reading is called skimming, which will engage the reader in a cursory and rapid way in obtaining an overall and general impressions. Use of skimming. The following are some situations that call for the use of skimming. Among them are 1. Examine a chapter in a book before you study it seriously in order to get an idea of the general scope of the chapter. 2. Sampling several pages of a novel or other type of written work, which will determine whether the work is worth reading or not. 3. Quickly examine an article on a controversial issue in finding the views of the author without paying attention to the argument of the specific author. 4. Check the reading material to assess whether the reading contains the type of information that is being sought or not. 5. Examine a reading material to determine whether the reading is understandable or too difficult to understand. In skimming, a reader must have specific goals. Teacher can organize reading activities in the following ways. 1. Ask a student to check a book and ask him to tell whether the student wants to read it or not. 2. Ask student to check the reading book and see if the book is too difficult for him or not. 3. Instruct student to examine 3 books and find one that contains a legend. As with other skills in reading, this increase in skimming efficiency will occur regularly in a practical way. A good skimming technique involves reading only the first sentence of each paragraph, as the introduction or conclusions or summary will be read more carefully. Here are some steps in reading skimming. 1. Make question about what we are looking for from a book. 2. Browse the table of content of request, whether the required information exists or not. 3. Mindfully browse at a high speed of each paragraph and skip chapter counter. 4. Stop reading when you have. Find what you're looking for. 5. Read at a normal pace and have a good understanding of what you're looking for. The practice of learning how to scan for the certain information can be done well for certain information and using first reading materials that are usually read by scanning. In a functional reading activity, scanning experts in obtaining certain information have developed skills which are specific and different from others' way of reading. As long as you move your eyes quickly and see the whole reading material, the reader will not absorb the meaning but only recognize the word he is looking for. It was sincerely and as if printed in bold. Few people can reach its speeds, which is almost unbelievable in doing such scanning. Example for the use of scanning in everyday life. Inside the daily life of scanning, done for what search for a phone number to look up the word in the dictionary. 3. Look up interest in the index. 4. Looking for statistics. 5. Look for television show. 6. Search the itinerary. The step in reading the right scanning. If you want to get satisfactory result from this speed reading technique are the following steps. 1. View the table of content and rephrase at a glance. 2. Briefly examine the background of writing the book. 3. Read the introductory section briefly. 4. Search the table of content for important chapters short. 5. Search the table of content for important chapters. 5. Read in the conclusions section if any. 6. View at a glance the biography index of appendix. Purpose and benefit of skimming and scanning. Skimming and scanning are fast reading techniques that are often used by readers. These two techniques are actually very functional, especially in daily activities. Skills in reading are arranged systematically in obtaining efficient results for various purposes, such as the following: the recognize the topic of reading, to know the opinion of people, to know the organization of writing, to get the important facts we need without reading the whole. To reverse what we have read, the benefits include: can search for specific information needed in reading the text or book quickly and efficiently. Can explore the very page of the book in no time. Don't waste too much time looking for something you want from a book, especially action that don't support the search for in-depth information. So many describe about the meaning of skimming and scanning, which are equipped with both benefit and step is reading, skimming, and scanning. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.